Like any type of network architecture, security is a massive consideration for Open RAN deployments. So, to find out more about this topic, I'm talking today with Scott Poretsky, Director of Security at Ericsson. Hi, Scott. Thanks for joining us today. Now, network security is obviously a major issue for all operators of any type using any kind of technology, but it's not an issue that is often at the top of the Open RAN agenda. Should the topic of security and integrity in Open RAN architectures have a higher profile?
Open RAN certainly should have a higher profile for security. And that's because of the kinds of use cases that will be running on those RANs. Open RAN is being built for 5G, and 5G is going to be supporting those use cases that impact our everyday lives. And as a result of that, the impact of a cyber attack on RAN would have a greater impact on us, on businesses, on government, even on public safety. So we need to ensure that RAN is properly secured. Now, fortunately, 3GPP has significantly raised the bar and increased security in 5G RAN. 5G is more secure than 4G, 4G is more secure than 3G. Open RAN needs to follow that lead and ensure that the level of security in Open RAN is meets that as expected and defined in 3GPP RAN.
Okay, great. Now, what is Ericsson's perspective on the security of Open RAN architectures?
Ericsson's perspective is ORAN security can be improved, but we're part of the solution there. Ericsson is very involved in the ORAN Alliance's security focus group, ensuring that the standards for ORAN are more secure. And through the SFG, we're collaborating with other working groups to make ORAN more secure, meeting that baseline established by 3GPP. In addition to the work we're doing in SFG, Ericsson is also providing leadership in other working groups where there's that collaboration going on to ensure we have security. So we have a significant presence there, leading on security and in ORAN in general.
Now, security consultants like to talk about the threat surface in telecoms networks and how it is increasing. What are the main security threats to the radio access network?
ORAN does have inherent security benefits. There's use of open source code that creates common control and transparency. There's open interfaces that ensure use of interoperable, secure protocols. There's intelligence that comes from the use of AI and ML that allow for greater visibility and intelligent response in real time to what's happening in the network. So there are those inherent security benefits that exist. Oh, and by the way, in addition to one other inherent security benefit, and that is by splitting, having the lower layer split, we can have increased vendor diversity for a more secure supply chain. Now, those are the benefits. However, like many things in life, strengths can also be exploited as weaknesses. So by modifying the architecture as ORAN does, it introduces new functions, new interfaces, and as a result, expands the attack surface. And the ORAN Alliance's SFG is directly addressing this expanded attack surface now to implement the proper security controls and mitigations to ensure those additional functions and interfaces can be secure. Ericsson is leading on this. The rest of the ORAN Alliance has acknowledged this expanded attack surface and is contributing along with the SFG to make ORAN more secure.
Okay, and could Open RAN actually help in time to address these threats and mitigate against them? Can Open RAN have a positive impact on network security?
Yes, absolutely. So I mentioned those inherent security benefits, but There's still that need to strengthen that security posture for ORAN. The SFG is doing that to reduce that attack surface. ORAN can also help lead in ensuring there are secure cloud deployments. So with Open RAN, of course, we will be transitioning RAN to the cloud. The cloud introduces new security risks, but there's efforts ongoing in the ORAN Alliance now to secure that. That's a significant contribution that will be made for securing RAN.
Now, there's a lot of talk at the moment about the RAN Intelligent Controller, or the RIC. Does the emergence of the RIC and its third-party apps ecosystem pose an added security threat, or could those apps actually help with security measures?
Those apps could help with security measures by leveraging AI and ML and being designed to securely control down in the RAN. However, the X apps and the R apps that are within the near real time RIC and the non real time RIC introduce security threats. That's part of that expanded attack surface that I spoke of. So there needs to be a conscious effort ongoing to secure the RICs, the non real time RIC and the near real time RIC, and the R apps and X apps running within it. That work is also being done actively now within the ORAN Alliance. That's being led by Ericsson in collaboration with other members of the ORAN Alliance. So the risks there have been recognized. However, the benefits to security and other functionality within ORAN are so great coming from the non real time RIC and R apps that it is worth that effort to go in and implement those security controls and mitigations.
Okay, excellent. Well, there's obviously a lot to discuss in terms of security and Open RAN, but clearly a lot of work being put into this as well. So, Scott, thanks very much for joining us today.